We all know how World War II ended, or do we? What if I told you that one of the most evil men in history is still out there somewhere, living a life free from justice? Today, I want to discuss Hitler in a mysterious way, claiming that he is still alive and escaped from World War II. Let's get started. As we all know, Adolf Hitler was one of the most evil people in human history. He was responsible for the deaths of millions of people during World War II. But what many people do not know is that Hitler may have actually escaped from Berlin just before the city fell to the Allies. There are many theories out there about what happened to Hitler after he gave his final speech and vanished from the public eye. Some believe that he faked his own death and managed to escape to South America. Others believe that he was captured by the Allies and is living in a secret prison somewhere. The truth is, nobody really knows what happened to him, and this has led to all sorts of wild speculation over the years. In today's video, we are going to take a look at some of the most popular theories about what happened to Hitler and see if there is any truth to them. Before we get into it, be sure to hit that like button for more videos. Also, stick around until the end of the video to hear my own theory about what happened to Hitler. You won't want to miss it. Hitler's final speech. On April 30th, 1945, with the Soviet troops closing in on the bunker, Hitler gave his final speech. In it, he expressed his belief in the strength of the German people and his confidence that they would eventually win the war. However, he also admitted that the situation was hopeless and that he would rather die than surrender. Just hours after giving the speech, Hitler was dead. Or was he? Some people believe that the Hitler who appeared in the film was actually a body double and that the real Hitler managed to escape. This is based on the fact that there is no concrete evidence that the body found in the bunker was actually Hitler's the escape plan. According to some sources, Hitler had an escape plan in place in case of just such an emergency. The plan involved him disguising himself as a member of the German armed forces and escaping through a secret tunnel that led out of the city. There is some evidence to support this theory, including eyewitness accounts from people who claim to have seen Hitler in the tunnel. However, it's important to note that these accounts are not 100% reliable. It's possible that they were simply mistaken, or that they were trying to protect their own hides by providing false information. The mysterious figure in Argentina. One of the most popular theories about what happened to Hitler is that he escaped to Argentina. This theory is based on the fact that Hitler had a long-standing admiration for Argentina and its leader, Juan Perón. In fact, Hitler had even offered Argentina the chance to join the war on Germany's side, which it refused. There are also reports that Hitler had a secret stash of money hidden in Argentina that he could have used to fund his new life there. However, there is no solid evidence that Hitler ever set foot in Argentina. Most historians agree that he likely stayed in Germany until the very end, knowing that the Soviets were on their way to capture him, faked death. Another popular theory is that Hitler faked his death and managed to escape to South America. This theory is based on the fact that Hitler's body was never recovered, and there is no concrete evidence that he died in the bunker. It's possible that Hitler knew that he was going to be killed by the Soviets and decided to fake his death in order to escape. He may have known about the escape tunnel and used it to make his way out of the city undetected. Alternatively, he may have simply vanished into thin air, leaving no trace of his whereabouts. The secret prison. Finally, there is the theory that Hitler was captured by the Allies and is currently being held in a secret prison somewhere. This theory is based on the fact that Hitler was one of the most wanted men in the world, and it's likely that the Allies would want to keep him alive in order to bring him to justice. However, there is no evidence that Hitler was ever captured, and no country has ever admitted to having him in their custody. It's possible that the Allies did capture Hitler, but they have kept it a secret in order to prevent him from becoming a martyr. If he was alive and in their custody, his capture would be a major embarrassment for the Nazis, so it makes sense that they would want to keep it under wraps. Who was that in the bunker? So now I'm going to share my own thoughts on what happened to Hitler. I believe that the man who appeared in the film was actually Hitler, but that he was heavily drugged in order to make him appear weak and sick. This is based on the fact that there are reports that Hitler was taking large amounts of drugs in the weeks leading up to his death, including morphine and barbiturates. It's possible that the Allies knew that Hitler was planning to escape, and they took drastic measures to stop him. They may have drugged him without him knowing it, and then took advantage of his weakened state to capture him. This would explain why Hitler appeared so calm and resigned in the film. My theory is supported by the fact that Hitler's doctor, Karl Brandt, testified that Hitler was not suicidal and would not have taken his own life. It's also worth noting that there are reports that the Allies knew that Hitler was planning to escape, and they set a trap for him. If this is true, then it would make sense that they would want to keep his capture a secret in order to avoid giving away their intelligence sources. What do you think? So what do you think happened to Hitler? Do you believe that he is still out there somewhere, living a life free from justice? Or do you think that he was captured and is rotting in a secret prison? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching. The Nazi War Machine. Hitler was the leader of the Nazi Party in Germany and one of the most influential figures of the 20th century. His ideology was based on extreme nationalism, racism, and anti-Semitism. Hitler rose to power in Germany in the early 1930s when the country was in economic turmoil. He promised to restore Germany to its former glory and make it a great power once again. And his message of hope and change appealed to many Germans who were struggling to make ends meet. Hitler and the Nazi Party came to power in 1933 and quickly began to implement their radical agenda. They passed laws that stripped Jews of their citizenship and banned them from certain professions. They also began a massive military buildup in violation of the Treaty of Versailles, World War II. In 1939, Hitler invaded Poland and World War II began. The German military was well equipped and trained, and they quickly made significant gains against the Polish army. Within just a few weeks, Poland had been overrun and divided between Germany, Russia, and France. From there, the war spread to the rest of Europe. Germany quickly conquered Denmark, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands, France, and Luxembourg. By 1940, much of Western Europe was under Nazi control. The Holocaust. While the war was raging in Europe, the Nazis were also carrying out a systematic genocide of Jews throughout their occupied territories. This event is now known as the Holocaust. The Nazis believed that Jews were an inferior race, and they sought to eliminate them from Europe entirely. The Nazis set up concentration camps where they imprisoned and worked Jews to death. Millions of Jews were murdered during the Holocaust. The United States entered the war in 1941 after the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. The war in Europe ended in 1945 with the defeat of Germany. Hitler committed suicide in April 1945 as the Soviet troops closed in on his bunker in Berlin. Legacy. Hitler's legacy is a dark one. He was responsible for the deaths of millions of people and the destruction of European cities. But despite his evil deeds, he is still a fascinating figure. Many people are obsessed with Hitler and the Nazis, and there are countless books, documentaries, and films about the Third Reich. Some people are fascinated by Hitler because they want to understand how such a horrible person could have come to power. Others are interested in the Nazis because they want to learn about the Holocaust and other atrocities of World War II. Whatever the reason, there is no denying that Hitler and the Nazis are still popular subjects today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button for more videos. Thanks for watching.